stash is kind of bullshit.
I am no Stephanie Canada for sure.
What am I doing today? Well, it appears that I am making a big mess after spending almost a month cleaning up my mess and trying to organize my mess. But what I've done today is I've pulled all of my bins of, almost all my bins of fabric out of the closet, and also all my patterns. Plus some that I haven't even printed yet, but I printed the cover pages so I know what I needed. And I'm going to try to match the patterns up with the fabric so that I can actually get some stuff done. Get some stuff made. At least that's my hope. And also, I've got to figure out a better fabric storage solution. And one, I moved a bunch of stuff into these under the bed bags. And that was when I was storing them under the bed. Imagine that. But they don't work great now that I've got things back in the closet because they're smushy and can't stack. They're not easy to stack things. And this one in particular is extremely heavy. So I've already started to rip the handles on it, moving it in and out. So I want to take the things out of here and figure out where they're going to go. And I don't have an answer to that. I would love to maybe take, and they're off camera, but I have these rattan baskets that go into my cubby cube shelves. I'm afraid if I put fabric in them and stick them in the cube shelves, I'm also not going to know what's in them. But on another day, I am thinking that maybe I can go through my cube shelves and go through these bins and move that stuff somewhere else, and maybe some fabric can go folded on those shelves. I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. But today I'm just going to get things, I'm going to just kind of get an idea of what kind of projects I want to do and what I have to do with them, because I've been trying for 3 years to not add new stash, but I'm not so successful because I keep going to thrift stores and things like that. So, first one I pulled out, and this is from the bin that's still in the closet because that's all my wools. And this week I want all the wool clothing I can find, but normally that's not a high priority for me. But I have this beautiful plummy, aubergine, muted purple. Actually goes with today's outfit. Well, today's outfit's kind of a mishmash of purples, but it's a wool challis or a wool. It's very soft, pretty, nice, drapey, and I couldn't tell you where it came from. I think I know where it came from, but I haven't gotten the measuring board out. It's over 2 yards, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's probably 2.5 yards, I'm gonna guess. Why I didn't buy 3, I don't know. But it's been hanging around. I keep thinking of things and then changing my mind and doing that thing where, oh, it's such nice fabric, I don't want to do something I won't like. It's been in my bin for a while. So there was like I can't remember, there was a sale at Style Arc, but they had they always have if you're one of their registered customers or whatever, you can get 2 patterns and then there's like a free download, free pattern included. And sometimes they're not patterns that I really want to make, and other times they are. And this time it was. I got these all. I think this was the included pattern. It was like a month ago or so. But this is the Tony designer dress, and I'll probably put a better picture up when I edit this. And I don't know if it's really, I think I'll wear the daylights out of it because it's loose and drapey and got big pockets. But I'm still not 100% sold. I think this would make that dress really pretty because of the floatiness, if there's enough here. Because up to a size 14 it takes 2 3/4 yards, and size 16 to 22 it takes 3.10 yards. I've got somewhere in that neighborhood here, probably. And because of its drapey loose fit, I might be able to get into a smaller size. I just cut off. But on their size conversion thingy, I didn't print out the measurement page. I think I could probably get away with the 12 or 14 because it's so loose and drapey. So that's project number 1. These are in no order. They're just by order of what pattern or fabric I come across. I'm gonna open this thing up first. And I actually think there's some fabric in the other room that I haven't transferred in here yet. But you know, it is what it is. Okay. This fabric was given to me by my friend when she went to India, I believe. And I don't know what to do with it. So it can sit in the rest pile for a while. This is the leftover from that Vista top. And again, if I'm gonna, at some point, I need to take the scraps out of here so I don't have, yeah, those are gonna go in the scrap bin. I know there's still a lot here. I'm thinking maybe like a simple skirt. Okay, a lot of these, so there are 2 yards of this. I don't know. If I don't know, it's just gonna set aside. This is 3 yards of this, I don't know what you call it. It has a name. It's like the stuff that men's dress shirts are made out of, kind of. It's a shirting weight. And I know what I want to make. I think, was it Stephanie Canada did, or Ashley Main, or one of those, did a shirtwaist September. And I actually bought this pattern with that intention, and September just wasn't a sewing day. This is the Armadale dress, and it's also style arc. And I think it will work with this fabric. I don't want to dig in. Why don't they put the thing with the how much yards it takes right on front? But I know I'm making a lot of crinkly noises, I apologize. It's 60 inches wide and I have 3 yards of it. So I think that will be enough for that. Okay, this one's an easy one. This is 2 yards of like a knit piqué, and I just want to make a new nightgown. And I think this is the pattern I bought at 59 cents. And I think it's supposed to be a dress, but it's like a little t-shirt dress. Yeah, it's Simplicity 8584. No, let's see. Tell me how old it is, because it was at a thrift store. 1999, so I don't know if it's still current number, probably not. But I think this actually might be next, because I just want a new nightgown. Simple, simple. All right. This one is a denim, pretty heavy duty denim. I could make another one of these jumpers. I did not write down. This one is not labeled with yardage, so we'll put that over there and get it labeled with yardage. This I specifically bought for a dress that I never got made. Let me find that pattern. I need that one. Need that one. Well, sugar buds. Maybe I never printed that one. It is from, I can't remember the name of this company even. What was the name of this company? Put your name on the things. Oh, come on. I think that's going to come up in a minute. Well, anyway, it is a knit dress from whatever company this is. And I believe it has more of like a circly skirt. I swear I printed it out. And fluttery sleeves. Oh my goodness, people, put your name on your patterns. Well, once I figure it out, I'll put it up on the screen because I don't remember, but I bought a bunch of their knit patterns about a year ago, 2 years ago. Anyway, once I find that pattern, I know what that's going to be. That is a quick-ish sew. This I needed to pull out for a minute because it is a knit, kind of a sweat. Okay, who just turned my TV on? This one is just a sweatshirt knit. I don't know how much is here, but somewhere in here, I just saw it, is another style arc. Didn't I just say, oh, I'm gonna pull that out because I'm gonna need it next? Well, anyway, it's a t-shirt, or sweatshirt. Kind of a cowly top. Maybe right in this bunch. Yes, here it is. The Verity knit top. It's just a basic sweatshirt. I don't know if I don't think I have all the pieces. No, I haven't printed it all up, but I've got the instruction sheet. So that's a project. This project, did I pull that out? This one's been on the back burner for a while. This is my house dress. McCall's 8569. It's an oldie. It's a thrift store. I'm gonna put that with the nightgown. Maybe I'll make, oh, that's kind of cute together. Okay, maybe I'll make myself a new sleep set. Okay, this is a wool, this is a wool, this is a wool, this is a wool. And I think there's room in the wool bin for all of them. And I just don't know. Oh, well, there was one thing. I have this pattern, again, 1997, Hancock Fabrics. Must have been from the flea market or the thrift store. And it is just like a basic jacket, very, you know, unconstructed, loosely constructed, basic square, I don't know what you call it. So maybe, because again, I don't know how much is here. The women's style. I guess it's unisex. I would guess I'm in the large range, medium to large range on this one. It's about three yards. I don't know the difference between A and B other than the contrasting collar. I'll set this one aside as a maybe. Where's my maybe pile? Yeah, I'll just put it for sure pile. And then these, I don't know. This is a really nice wool, like a wool flannel. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but my wool bin is over there. I'm going to put those all together. And then these are random quilt fabrics, and I'm going to leave them in there for now and slide them under you. Okay, so we've made it. We've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 projects. That's probably more than enough to start with, to be honest with you. I also wanted to share these 2 new patterns. Losing my mind right now. Where's those other prints that I just had here? No, I put them all together. I don't want to do that. All right, I went on a bit of a style arc binge earlier, like in December and in January. And so, in addition to that one I already showed you, I got this just simple little A-line dress woven. It's called the Lena Shift dress. And I thought for summer, that would be so easy to just make a bunch of them because my Walmart chicken frying dresses have reached the end of their useful life. I do have intentions for the fabric from those, but I thought I could make some cute ones. So far I haven't come up, well, maybe this. I feel like that's too nice of a fabric for basically a chicken frying dress. Okay. This pattern is the Jules woven tunic, and I love the shape of this one. Again, I'll probably put images up on, because I think we're getting reflections and stuff. I have some very soft, lightweight white linen, and so I thought I'd make just a white linen blouse out of that. Let's see. There might be something else in here too. This dress caught my eye for kind of for shirtwaist Thursdays. Yeah, shirtwaist September, and it might be next September before I can get around to it. It's the I think my thing cut it off, the name of it, but I think it's the Xanthi woven dress. I think there was X. And it's got these. It's just got a nice shape to it for me. And the little pin tucks shaping at the bodice, and because sometimes I struggle with shirtwaist dress because it's just hard to get the button front to lie properly, and this one even isn't really buttoned, has a center seam with a deep V. So I think this will be, I kind of want to move into more loose fitting stuff because of the way my body is. And then I can't resist a good apron pattern. I'm sorry, I don't even wear them that often, although I intend to. Somewhere in the next bin, we'll get to it. But this is, I think it's the mini, again, my printer cut off part of this, but I believe it was called the mini sewing and cooking apron. And I think this is what drew me to buy these last three style art patterns. It's a cross-back apron, but it's got some really nice detailing to it than versus the other cross-back apron that I have. It's nice and long, got really big pockets, but it's almost, well, between 2 and 3 yards, probably depending on the size and how long you make it. So it might not be, I might not have enough fabric for it. Onward and upward. Let's pull this fabric bin out. Let's see if it's still on camera. Yeah. Okay, this is definitely a quick project. This is more of that waffle weave fabric that I made my new towels for the new bathroom. And I was thinking I would make these white ones, are off, they're bleached, but they're not like optical white, for my guest bathroom. But there's really no need for them because one, I haven't had any overnight guests, and two, if I did, I'd probably have them use my bathroom because the cat lives in that bathroom now. So that's definitely going on the to-do pile because that's an afternoon of just, it's more measuring than anything. All right, this is what I'm thinking I'm going to use for that apron I just showed you. This is that twill that I got in Michigan last summer. I bought it thinking it would go in my house as a decor fabric, but I don't think so. So I think that will make a fun apron that I would actually wear because it's a heavy-duty apron. I could wear it when I was doing heavy-duty stuff. So, all right, the to-do pile is growing. All right, I don't know what else is in here. There's a lot of scrappy stuff in here. Fall fabrics, Halloween fabrics. I don't even know. Oh, I was looking for that scarf. Why it's in with my fabric, I don't know. Okay, that's leftovers. A lot of leftover fabric in here from other projects. But there's one fabric in particular I am looking for, which may or may not be in here. Aha, there it is. It is the world's ugliest fabric. I think, well, it's not the world's ugliest. I've seen worse. What's this one? Oh, this is pretty nasty too. This one's going away, I think. Okay, so these two fabrics. First of all, we'll talk about this one. This is an easy one. This is like a polyester, navy blue polyester Ponte or something. It's got, well, it's got a pretty decent amount of stretch. I think what I bought this for was to make a pair of kind of like cargo pants for walking dogs or hiking that, you know, if they got destroyed, I wouldn't care. They were stretchy and comfy. And it's actually two-way stretch. 4-way stretch. I always forget. So there, yeah, it stretches that way, stretches that way. Then I got thinking, I don't want to move around in polyester pants. Although I have a couple pair from REI that are similar fabric that I love. Now that I've gotten this out, I don't hate it as much as I hated it before. So we'll put that on the figure out what to do with it. I thought it was like almost like a 1970s double knit, which it isn't. But then, okay, me and blue fabric, I don't know. This stuff there's a lot of this, I don't know why. And I mean, you can see, it's kind of got an acid wash denim look. And it's a lightweight knit. You know, stretches, it's got a lot of spandex in it, but it also, well, it looks like, probably why I bought it, is it looks like it's kind of ice dyed or, you know, hand dyed. It's not, it's Joanne fabric or whatever. You know, it's got this cool color. I think what I intended to do was make some knit, like yoga pants, but like the flared leg or the wide leg ones, which I wear, you know, a fair amount of time, but when I got it home and was looking at it, I'm like, I'm just gonna look like I'm wearing polyester acid wash 1980s something or other. I don't even know. So I nixed the pants idea. But I have been wanting to, I want more longer, flowier skirts because I like to wear skirts, and for some reason I don't know what happened to all my skirts. So I think there's enough here that maybe I could make at least a half circle skirt, if not a full circle skirt. Just an elastic waistband. Easy, quick. So that's going on that pile. So yeah, there's a lot of rando stuff in here. A lot of it's leftover fabric from other projects. Oh, that's an actual apron. That's a finished cross-back apron, but I think the reason it's in here is that I made it in a small and it unfit me and I don't know who to give it to. So that's leftover fabric. Alright, well, I have a lot more organizing, because at one time I had all my knits in one bin, I had all my wools in another, and I had all my wovens in another, and I had quilt weight fabric separate. As I'm going through this stuff, I am seeing that is not the case anymore. It is just shoved in wherever it fits. I won't take you through that process, but that process has to happen. Oh, what to do with this heavy corduroy, or not corduroy, denim. If there was enough here to make a pair of my overall, one of my overall patterns, I would do that, but I don't think there is. So, maybe a heavy-duty apron. Where's my other apron fabric? How many heavy-duty aprons do I need? I don't know. All right, so what other patterns do I have? I thought I pulled a couple more out to show you, but now I can't find them. Of course. So these are, I have two of these, but this is the one that's mostly all my, you know, big 4 commercial patterns. And I don't know what to do with all of them. I've weeded them out a number of times, and I don't think I've gotten rid of anything that I regret getting rid of. But for instance, and I think there's another one like this. See, I made this dress, and this is Vogue 8593, and I believe it was from, I don't know what year, but it was a knockoff copy of Michelle Obama's, I believe, first inauguration dress. I made it. It was cute. I wore it to work. It's not something I would wear ever again. Don't have the dress anymore. But yeah, shirtwaist that I don't like. I don't know. Now here's one I would love to make. This is a vintage Vogue from a 1951 design, 8850. it's just, I think I bought this one because I was in a play set in like the early 50s, and I was a very elegant woman, and I was going to use this pattern. I ended up using something else because that one took too much yardage for what we could afford at our little theater. So, trying to find all my, so one of the big hot patterns right now are the, I swear there was another one in here, the wrap dress, the classic 70s Diane Van Furstenberg wrap dress. I went through my wrap dress phase a while ago, and I tried every wrap dress pattern I could get my hands on, except for the original, I guess. So I have at least 4 here, and this one isn't really the same style. Excuse that little interruption. Phone ring. All right, so long before, well, not long, long before the current obsession with the wrap dress, I went through my wrap dress phase, and I have a bunch here. This one is a McCall's The Perfect Knit Dress, and I did make this once or twice, and it did turn out really cute. And it really isn't a wrap dress style. It has a crossover front and a big waist thing. But I'm seeing here that there's just another cute, just plain bodice type. Put that in the maybe pile, wherever that went. Okay, and then I had these 3 that I don't think I ever even cut this one. Nope, still factory folded. This is a new look knit, and I think I got this one for the maxi length one and the pantsuit one, and I never made it. So, okay, but these 2 I know I made a couple times. Oh wait, no, I don't think I made this quick sew one either. Nope, factory folded. I know I made 2 or 3 of them, so maybe I had another one in here that I don't know where it is anymore. But this one, this Very Easy Vogue, I know I did because I have the traced off pattern in here. And I believe this was my very favorite one. 83.79, again, early to mid 2007. So I liked this one because the one view has a collar. And I know I made this at least twice. And it just fit right. So, I don't know, do I need to go back down that whole wrap dress road again now that everybody else is doing it? No, but I don't know if I need to keep all these patterns. I'm going to keep that one for sure because I remember making it and liking it. But do I need to keep these other 2 uncut, perfectly good patterns that I don't know. I don't know what to do with, the point I'm making is I have patterns, obviously some I've never even used, and then I just keep getting more patterns because I have found that I have certain online downloadable pattern companies that I like as well or better than, but then I forget that I have some of these in here because yeah, I don't know. There seems to be, I'm not gonna make the Michelle Obama dress again, just not. And I don't know, but the classic ones, like I have these classic pants pattern. I have this just button-up blouse pattern. Another shirt waist that, sure, actually there's cut pattern pieces. Did I make this? I don't remember making this. But in theory I should, oh, there's the other wrap dress. Here's the one. This is a Butterick quick sew. And I'm pretty sure I made this one. Yeah, it's cut. So now I don't know which one of these 2 were the ones I liked because I no longer have the dresses. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of these with you because we'd be here for a year and a day. But yeah, like I remember buying some of these patterns thinking, oh yeah, that would be a nice wardrobe staple. And then here we are decades later, and do I hang on to them until they're back in style again? I don't know. Wish I could can see a date on this one because this one haunts me. 2010. Okay, I thought it was a decade earlier than that. I don't know. I think I thought I was going to have like this working girl wardrobe. But see, there's a decent pair of pants in there. Dress pants. Okay, I just said I wasn't going to go through all of these. Oh, that's the pattern I was going to use to make those polyester pants. Put it with it. See, if that's my reaction is, I don't know. I'm probably never going to do it. But yeah, there is some very mid-2000s style stuff in here that I just can't see me ever using. But these are some more that I bought when I was at the Salvation Army or somewhere up north. This one is a Butterick, and I have, please give me a date. Please give me a date. No date, unfortunately. It was 65 cents originally, so that should tell you something. But it's got a very 60s vibe to it, based just on the hairstyles alone. And I kind of like the sailor collar on it. Back in here, and then this one just screamed my college, early working girl days. Again, I cannot. Oh, 86. Yep, exactly. Look at those mom shorts. And it's the shorts, the pants. Is it pants? Oh, the Bermuda shorts with or without a cuff, and that little blouse. I can't see me making the shorts, the mom, you know, the high, but the little blouse I thought might be a nice little fabric user-upper, and the sleeves are just sewn on, but you can see, doesn't, okay, we gotta get in here. Well, the notions do not call for shoulder pads, but either these line drawing models have extremely prominent shoulders, deltoids. They've been doing a lot of, they've been working out, or they've got some, maybe they just drew them like that because it was 1986. I don't know. Yeah, I thought the blouse could be something. If I had found something in this stash of stuff that would work for this, I would just make it for fun. But I don't, good Lord. Oh, there's the white. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. The white linen is in that bin over there, but I'm not going to do the white linen blouse anytime soon. Oh, there's one other. Is it that blouse? Yes, this is the Anita peasant blouse. Again, Style Arc. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not. And not affiliated, not sponsored. Have no connection on the fact that I give them a lot of my money. But it's just a little peasant blouse, basically. And I have more of this crinkly double gauze in a light blue that I bought when I bought this for the petrichor that I was going to make this out of. And then I got so tired of fighting that fabric when I made the petrichor that I was like, nope. But that'd be a simple flowy blouse for summer. Okay, well now that I have pulled all this crap out and made a big pile on my sofa, I don't want to, anyway, if you want to make it a Michelle Obama dress, let me know. We can work something out. Oh, I went through such a knit sewing phase of quick sews. I also went through a phase of wanting to do a classic Chanel jacket. with the braided trim and all the things, and I never did. There might be, I think there's actually fabric in the wool bin that would make a beautiful Chanel, but I feel like I've gotten it out in the past and it was not the right quantity. But again, I bought 3 different patterns. I think one of these was given to me or something to attempt the project. These 2 are probably the most, especially this Vogue one. I cannot see me ever wearing a Chanel style jacket. It's just not the lifestyle I live. And to be honest, I think when I got this in my head, one, I think there were other online people doing it like in a challenge, and I thought, oh, I could do that. And 2, I realized 2 things. I already said, I realized this is not a piece of wardrobe a garment that I need in my wardrobe because I'll probably never wear it. 2, Coco Chanel was a jerk. I know she has a reputation as like this amazing style icon, but she was a fascist Nazi bitch. So I don't support, and I don't think walking around in a Chanel inspired jacket is gonna like scream to the world that I agree with her politics, but I don't know. So I hate to just take all these that I know I'll never make to donate, because some of them are uncut and they were, $17 patterns. Not that I probably paid full price. Boy, this one girl, she's either got the longest upper thighs, like her knees are way down here, and the hem is way up there, and her waist is, she is stretched. Anyway, but again, this pattern has a nice pair of dress slacks and a pencil skirt in it. Do I need either of those things? All right, well, I didn't take my meds this morning, as you can tell, and I'm all over the place again, and I've made a huge mess. But I need to figure out where some of this stuff is going to go, where it's not out of sight, out of mind. The stuff that has a project assigned to it is in a place that I can just grab the next one and do it. The stuff that doesn't have a purpose in life, I guess just gets thrown back in that bin and hope that a project comes along. If you are new to garment sewing, this is the advice I'm going to give you. And if you're new to like any fiber arts, this is something I have learned, take it from old Grandma Beth. Stash is kind of bullshit. I'm using language today I don't normally use in my videos, but growing up in early days of sewing and knitting, we bought the fabric and the pattern and all the notions we needed for that pattern. And then maybe we had leftovers that we made Barbie clothes out of or whatever. And same with knitting, we bought just enough yarn to make the sweater we were making, and we never went to a quilt shop or a fabric store or a yarn shop and just bought it because it was pretty and we would maybe do something with it later. I didn't really begin to build a fabric stash or yarn stash until well into the early 2000s. And I don't even really know how it started. Some of it started by people giving me fabric. A lot of it, like this stuff, and some of these up here, it started because I went and bought fabric for a particular project and then changed my mind. And so then the fabric went into the stash. That's where I would say a lot of this came from. Like the blue, that's a thing. And then yarn, it was just the trendy thing to do I'd like to say I don't follow trends, but obviously I do, judged by the patterns I have and the fabric I have. I would go to weekly knitting, sit and knits at my local yarn shop, and surrounded by beautiful yarn and people knitting other things out of that beautiful yarn, and you just want to buy that beautiful yarn yourself. And again, sometimes buy it, have nothing in mind to do with it, just put it in the stash, or buy it with something in mind and then not do it. But my yarn stash that's a whole other conversation. I don't have as much as a lot of people do, and most of it is leftovers. Like I just bought a little bit too much, and I try to dig into the leftovers as often as possible to stash bust a little bit. But anyway, I thought it would be good for me to mentally good for me to see all of this instead of just knowing it was somewhere and kind of having an idea of what was there, but not having to face the reality of my situation. And I have a year's worth of projects right here, and that sets some perspective for me, that I have a year's worth of let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's an iffy one, 6, 7, 8, 9.5, and then randoms over here, and randoms down here. Yeah, a good if I did one project a month, that would wipe this stuff out. Now some months I might do 2 projects, but it just tells me, it sets it in perspective that I don't need any more patterns. I don't need any more fabric to just work with what I have. And there's behind the camera are rolls of other stuff. It's all mostly home deck and outdoor fabric, but I have projects for that too. So lordy, I don't need any more. And yeah, so if you're similar to myself, where you've just let it accumulate, and like myself, I have moved it from under the bed into one closet, into another closet, back to this closet, into bins, into bags, into, oh Lord, it's time to stop. Time to stop moving it around and start moving it into my other closet as a wearable garment, which is what I've been really focusing on for a while now. But as much as I have focused on that for the last year or so, it's obvious I have not even put a dent in it. And I think the first thing I'm going to start with is this skirt. And it's not even because this is something I'll wear right now. It's because this, I think, has been in my stash the longest. And oddly enough, I hate it the most, other than that navy blue polyester. I hate it the most, and it haunts me. So I'm going to make it into something, into a skirt. I just know I'm going to make like almost a maxi skirt. I don't think I'll do a full circle because this kind of fabric, it's kind of heavy. I think a circle skirt, I mean, it'll be swishy as hell, but I think a half circle will be full enough. So I think this is my next project. I'm not going to put this one away. I'm going to put it where I have to look at it every time I come in here. Then I'm going to find the pattern for this. I know what it looks like. I thought I had it printed out. Can't remember the name of it. But actually I think I'm going to do this one first. Then I'm going to do the sweatshirt because I need more sweatshirts to wear while the weather is still sweatshirt weather. Do I need a purple shirt jacket? I don't know. So I'm not going to go through them all right now and put them in priority. That's the whole point. I'm going to set them where I can see them. Maybe empty a shelf or two back there. I don't think that's on camera, of the IKEA cube shelves, and fold them up with their pattern. So I can just come in and see them. All right, on to the next thing.
Hey there. I have a really quick little unbagging video to make for you here. This morning, my friend Kevin messaged me. He's like, "Are you home or whatever? I have a little bag of goodies that I want to drop off for you." And I was like, "Goodies? Okay." And I was like, "Cookies or what?" He said, "No, it's like vintage sewing stuff." And he's like, "I'm just going," he goes, "We're cleaning out storage units, whatever." I don't know where it all came. So then the funny thing was, I said, "Yeah," I said, I'm leaving soon. I got to go run some errands and I got to go to work." So he said, "All right, I'll just stick it on your porch. It's not that big." And then I'm at Walmart picking up stuff for work, and my phone rings. It's Kevin. And he's like, "Are you at Walmart?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for raisins." He said, "I just parked next to your car." And he goes, "I've just got to grab a couple things. So if you don't see me in the store, don't leave without, just wait at your car. I'll be right there." So that's exactly what happened, but it just funny coincidence. All right, the first thing I see in here are a whole bunch of old patterns. And I have no idea what these are. He didn't either. And he's like, "If there's nothing you want or they're not any good, just throw them away." So we'll go through these really quick. So I haven't, this is the only one I saw because I peeked in the bag. It's a Marlo Thomas. McCall's. We're going to be real quick here. It's just like a little, looks like a kind of a Western shirt and some wide leg pants. And it's a size 12, 34 bust. I'd have to do some adjusting. Okay, Simplicity. And this is the instruction sheet taped or stapled to the back side. And again, a very 1970s kind of pantsuit, three-piece dealio. Okay, what do we have here? Size 14, Miss size 14. Looks like a little sundress and like a little shape, little jacket thing to go over. This one looks, what do we got here? Do we have a year? 1981. I was gonna say that's a little newer. If I have anybody under the age of 40 watching my videos, you're like, newer, but I don't think I do. I think we're all mature grown up women here. And another Simplicity. This I would say is early 80s. Oh, 72. Ooh, okay. And someone, if I haven't looked it up before now, tell me what that model's name. Isn't that the gal that was like the Charlie cologne model? I know her name, but I can't think of it right offhand. Okay. Oh, this one looks a little older. 72. All right, I'm really bad at this. I am no Stephanie Canada for sure. But, oh my goodness, I know that. I just, that brings back memories of those kind of dresses. I was in kindergarten in 1972, so I wasn't wearing those. Ooh, look at this one. Just look at the hairdo. Look at the hairdo. I have a lot of hair, but I don't have that much hair. So there's some phony ponies involved in that hairstyle. Definitely before I was in kindergarten. Okay, another Simplicity. This looks similar era to the one I just looked at. 1969. Yeah, this is, I was alive. I wasn't sewing. But look at that fun little shift dress. I don't know who that model is, but yeah, she's... So, all right, that's the patterns. Those are fun. That's a quick run through. What else is in here? Okay, we've got a little bundle of zippers. Nothing too fancy. Actually, this is more like almost like a paper tape measure. So it might be fun to cut apart and collage. What do we got here? Oh, like those, it's like, excuse me, ripstop nylon repair tape. the sticky part's probably worn out. All right, what else we have in here? Oh, well, let's see. Does it say? A nice little card of sewing needles. Always use sewing needles. All right, what do we have? Some more mending stuff. Yeah, these are all like patches. Iron-on mending patches. Probably not something I'll use. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, what's this? Oh, assorted buttons, hooks, and a thimble. I don't see a thimble in there. Oh, yeah, there is a thimble in there. So, yeah, just some random stuff. Dump the rest out. It's easier. Okay. What do we have here? A belt buckle kit. Some narrow elastic. Some, I don't know what that is. Some Velcro. Another belt buckle. Okay. This looks like just a bunch of trim. It's either lace hem tape, some bias tape, and something else. Nothing too fancy. Those, oh, is that the same one? Or okay, there's two of those little needle folders. What's in here? Okay, somebody was really into, they must have had like a young child that went through the knees of their jeans a lot, because there's a lot of these little patching, iron-on patch things. A bunch of bias tape of different widths and colors, mostly kind of, these are all pastels. Oh, that looks like hem tape. Boil Tech seam binding. Okay, so, you know, not something I cut my own bias tape, but you never know. And then this little bunch of rubber band things. So, I was going to say hook and eyes, but there aren't any hooks. There's just a bunch of eyes. Some snaps. Some, you know, skirt closures. Always use those. Oh, and more buttons. Okay, nothing too fancy. Just some, you know, white 2-hole buttons. I always love it when stuff like this has a price on it, though. Because have you priced a card of buttons lately? Holy moly. But no price on that. These are interesting, actually. They're fashion buttons. They got 4 holes. They're, you know, plastic mother of pearl, so nothing fancy. But can you, let's see. Can you see how thick they are? Most like shirt buttons like this are really thin. And these are like almost 1/4 of an inch thick, which is interesting. And then these coat buttons, 25 cents. Les chic. All right, well, that was just, oh wait, there's another, these little kind of faceted, are they navy or black? Like they're black buttons. La Mode, which you can, $1.40. So these are probably, I mean, I haven't, yeah, you don't get a card of buttons for $1.40 anymore. And, what do we have here? I think this is just, oh yeah, this actually comes in pretty handy. It's just a web, like a narrow piece of interfacing, but that can come in really handy too. I don't think it's fusible. It's hard to tell. I don't think it is. Now I usually have enough random scraps of interfacing that something like this, I probably wouldn't be able to find when I wanted it. But, you know, you cut a little piece of that, put it behind your buttonhole before you make your buttonhole, like the spot where your buttonhole is going to go, just to kind of reinforce, if it's not on a button placket that already has interfacing in it. All right, whatever. It's not sewing lesson time. And then this is the last little thing, which I think it's, oh, ooh, this is actually kind of cool. It's just a zipper, But I think, what are they? Seam thin. It's a very thin, fine tooth zipper, and it's not very long. So it would probably like be nice. It still works. I don't ever see like really thin. It says back and front, so it could be like a front zipper, bodice back, fitted sleeve, a little pocket. That's kind of cool, actually, because most even, and I think those are metal teeth on there, so you're not going to find that fine toothed zipper. I was going to say at your local Joann, but let's not go down that little drama hole right now. For many of us, we won't be able to find anything at our local Joann probably in the near future. But anyhow, well, I just wanted to share that real quick because I wanted to go through it, and I thought, well, let's share it with y'all. Ooh, this isn't another one of those metal tooth zippers that the teeth are. That would really be nice in a side seam of a fitted dress. I usually do invisible zippers because I'm lazy, but I know some people hate them. I love them. But anyway, we're, again, random. So there's one polyester zipper in this little, but the rest of these are metal zippers, which are kind of hard to find. Unless you maybe special order from Wawak or something. All right, I'm rambling. I have places to go, people to see. I have somebody right outside my window painting the house next door. But hopefully he doesn't realize I'm sitting here talking. All right. Thanks for unbagging my little goodies from my friend Kevin. He also said, I got some fabric. Would you want interested in fabric? And I'm like, I can't say no. I said, I'm like a little magpie when it comes to free fabric. On the other hand, I've been working very hard to to work my way through the fabric that I have. Then he said 2 magic words in combination. I have some vintage, actually 3 words, vintage bark cloth. And I went, well, I'll have to come over and see what you have, because that sounds like a really fun exploration fabric. So when and if I get some bark cloth from him, I'll show you that, because it's not really my decorating style to use bark cloth, but I'm not gonna turn up my nose at vintage bark cloth. So we'll see what I end up with. All right. Shelley Hack. I had to Google it after I got off here. She was also one of Charlie's Angels, wasn't she? Like later after Farrah left, and maybe the other blonde one. I don't know. Or did she take over after Kate Smith? Someone who's a big Charlie's Angel fan from back in the day. You'll have to come in the comments and answer. But Shelley Hack. When we were going through my mom's patterns a couple summers ago, my sister found one. She claimed it because she found it first. That had a very young Brooke Shields on the cover of it. So look at your old 70s and 80s patterns. You never know who you might find on them. Okay, bye.